Okay, I'm going to explain to you about the lamina. You know, the lamina. There's two types of lamina. One on the inside of the hoof capsule called the insensitive lamina. Okay, and then there is that on the outer foot, as you see right here, which is called the sensitive lamina, because this is flesh and this is like your nail. Okay, hoof wall. All right. So what I want to explain to you about that is how it is joined together. Okay, and the way that it's joined together is what is called a sliding dovetail. Okay, these are used to join like drawers and boxes and build different things to join them and hook them together. A sliding dovetail. Okay, you see the form of this here? Okay, and then the piece that goes in it right here, when you slide those two together, they're not going to come unconnected, are they? Okay, and this piece here can slide through there, right? Well, on the hoof wall, okay, these lamina, all right, the way they're joined together is just like little teeny interlocking fingers that you can't see. You can see the lines that go this way, but you don't see this part of it here that is interlocking the wall with the lamina right here. Um, and so how it works is like this. Just a second here. Okay. Well, now this really is a type of self-leveling system of the hoof. So okay, the hoof wall starts to grow here, all along here, and it slides down the internal lamina like this. You see that? Now do you see also that this here could represent your growth rings? Okay, so let's do that again. Show you how that does. It starts growing up here and it grows, the wall grows down, the lamina join together just like that. Now, this is kind of a self-leveling system for the horse's foot. Um, when you do a dissection, and just a minute here. Oh, well, I guess I can't get that piece of foot back that I had on here. When you do a dissection, the coronary band that runs up here, it's movable. It's flexible, movable to a certain degree. And so let's say that you trim the horse, okay, and you're a little long in one area, like down here. It's not, you haven't got it totally even. Well, then in part of this, it's going to raise up the hairline. Like say it's a little longer down here. Just a minute here. Let me find something to use. Okay, let's say I trim it and I leave it accidentally a little bit longer here. Okay? Well, the self-leveling of the foot, because it is sliding dovetail, that's going to raise the hairline up just a little bit right there. You see there? And what'll happen down here is that'll kind of push this up like this. See, now it'll look flat right here. Just a minute here. Let me find a eraser. It'll push that up. But what you'll see in the growth ring is it's gonna go up here and it's gonna go up here at the hairline. You see how it's a kind of a self-leveling system for the foot to a certain degree. But the hoof wall was never meant to bear a lot of weight. And so because of the practice and farriery of paring out the sole and planting the the rim of this hoof wall on a shoe, the whole hoof wall gets jammed up and pushes the coronary band up as far as it will go and just totally jams it up. So if the hairline was supposed to be like this, and see right inside here, let's see, how's that go? This would be your, like say, your thickness of your wall here, okay? And here's your coronary band lies in here in what's called in the hoof capsule the coronary band groove. Okay, it looks kind of like this, like let's see. Okay, hoof wall comes up like that, then it's like that, and then your coronary band just is supposed to just rest in it, and that's all the way around, just rest in that coronary band groove there. Okay, so what happens is when the hoof wall is loaded, okay, because this is a sliding dovetail, it can slide up. Well, it's meant to slide down and grow out past the bottom of the sole and be trimmed off or worn off. But if it doesn't get worn off, then it'll start pushing upward. Okay? And so this hoof wall here will start pushing up into the coronary band and shove it up as far as it'll go. I mean, there's some play in this because it's soft flesh, right? So it can push it up about a half an inch at least. So the hairline that was meant to run at a nice slope here, okay, it starts getting pushed up like this and jammed up, and then what is it? These sharp edges are pushing this coronary band up as far as it'll go. Okay, and so then you wind up with the hoof capsule a lot of times that, let's say the hoof capsule starts here. Wait a minute. Let's say the hoof capsule starts growing right here. Okay, and it grows down. Okay, it connects with the sole here. That's your white line. And then those two grow to the ground together. And that's your white line. Now all that, again, is dovetailed. Okay? You've got your sensitive lamina on the inside, your insensitive lamina on the hoof capsule. And they are intertwined together, and they never change. Okay? The piece of lamina that is connected right here to the insensitive lamina and the sensitive lamina that are connected from birth at this one spot never changes. Okay? And so this is always meant to grow down just like this till it joins up with the sole, and then they travel to the ground together. And then the sole, after about however long it grows, it dies off, but the wall can grow indefinitely. Okay? That's why you see walls that are curled around and stuff like that. Okay, so again, because it is a sliding dovetail, if it gets loaded down here for too long, it'll get pushed back up like this. And because these growth rings are supposed to be even and uniform, okay, if it gets pushed up, it'll push all the way up here to the coronary band, and it will raise the hairline. So your goal in trimming is to trim in such a way that the wall never gets to the point where it's loaded and shoving the wall back up into the hairline. Because again, what happens then? You're shoving a sharp wall, okay, because these parts in here, these pieces, the top of the wall right here, and the edges are sharp. I have some hoof capsules that you can see how sharp they are. And that jams up into the coronary band. Okay, and pushes it up. Okay, so let's say your hoof was supposed to be like this. Now this is sidewall. You see that? There's just a certain mass of wall that goes with that inner foot. Okay, I found the foot again. Now on this particular foot, okay, the lamina, this part of the wall, was grown forward instead of being correct like this, was grown forward, and then it had pushed back up into the coronary band right here. And you see how that's not uniform? You see how nice and thick and plump that is, but how this is thin and then kind of curved down? That was because the wall on this particular foot, instead of, okay, you see how, well, just a second here. Okay, you see how the angle of the wall is here. That's the way it should have been all back to here. Okay, but on this particular foot, the wall was growing. You can see how the lamina, okay, have been shoved forward, was growing like this. Okay, and then when it hit the ground here, it wanted to shove up like this. That's how it was. Now I was working on this foot to get these when, instead of growing like this, they have grown forward and are like this. Okay, what you do is you work with them to bring them back and shortened up like so. And to get the foot balanced, to get the hoof capsule balanced with the internal lamina and the weight-bearing equilibrium straightened out. Okay, again, so your lamina grows like this, it grows down and slides down the foot like so. Okay, and when the wall gets weighted, it gets jammed up into the coronary band here. See how that is shaped right there? That gets jammed up into the coronary band. I'll show you here. Okay, see this? There's your wall. See the sharp edges there? Gets on that coronary band and it jams it way up and smashes it, just like it did here. Okay, and constricts it and pushes it up. It can push it way up like that. Okay, now what this does, when this pushes the coronary band way up like this, okay, I can't really do it with this piece here, but you're getting the drift, right? Pushes it way up like this. Let's say the wall gets jammed up this far. It's going to take this coronary band and push it clear up here. But here's what else it's going to do. It's going to put a tremendous strain. See, here's your lamina right here. But right here is your sole corium. This is where the sole starts, which is right here. Okay, so this is going to add extra wall. Wait a minute. This is going to add extra wall into the capsule. Wait a minute. Okay, oh, just a second. Let me do it like this. Okay, it's going to add extra wall into the capsule. It's going to put a lot of pressure, usually not only vertically but horizontally on this foot. It's actually going to push the sole down Okay, it's going to add capsule into this area from here to here. See, you're only meant to have so much capsule to cover this side wall. We'll call it side wall. Your side walls. Okay, you're only meant to have so much side wall that's needed to cover this foot right here, this area in the blue. But by the time it gets done pushing this up, you have extra in there that you shouldn't have. And so part of the tack trim is to get this back to what it's supposed to be, to get the sidewall back to what it's supposed to be, to get the coronary band resting comfortably in the coronary band groove. See this little groove here? That's the coronary band groove. Okay, so the hoof winds up, and it puts a lot of stress on the sole corium here too. The hoof wall winds up being longer and thinner soled, usually, than it would be if all this was correctly form fitted together. Let's see. Okay, see, this is what it should be by the time everything's said and done. And this, Pete Ramey does an article about called The Distal Descent of P3. What it is they think this foot is falling through this way. But what I say is this wall from being loaded is being pushed up that way. Yeah, maybe in a sense it's falling down, but more than that, the wall is ascending up and pushing the coronary band up. You know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Okay, so let's say your hoof wall was originally like this. Okay, and you have right here, this is how much wall right in here, in this area right here. This is how much wall you're supposed to have from here, from the hairline to where it meets the sole. Understand? Okay, it meets the sole right here. They join together in a sliding dovetail fashion as well, and then they travel to the ground together. Okay? That would be your foot. That would be a correct fitting hoof capsule. But by the time the walls get weighted over a certain number of years and things like that, as the horse gets older and as his shod, the distance from here to here gets greater and greater because the wall is jamming up, putting more mass in between here, okay, in between right here and here. And so it's jamming up the hairline and coming way up like this. You see that? So then I have way more wall from here to here than I should have. And of course this is constricting and damaging and messing up the coronary band, and usually you have your quality of wall is not that good as well because of how it's cutting off the nutrients in the blood supply and everything like that. So I wind up having a bigger overall foot than what the horse really needs, and it is a foot that is actually damaging the whole thing too. And usually it's not uniform. Sometimes it can be up like this, you know. Other times it just up like this. It takes on different forms. Now this was a back foot, and she did not, her heels were just starting to grow, and so she did not have a lot of sole. And then when I trimmed the dead foot, I over trimmed it just a little. But ideally, the hoof wall should be at least that much longer than the sole corium right here. And again, remember that the sole corium lips up over the outer exterior of the internal foot. It isn't just on the very bottom of the foot. That's why your sole has a convex ridge that grows from it. Let's see if I can do that for you. Okay. So this is how the sole grows right there. That's how the sole grows around the whole perimeter of the foot. It's a convex ridge of sole. So we would want at least that much sole under the whole foot here. See? Okay. Wish it was this easy. All right. Okay, so now do you think you understand more about this lamina here and your hoof wall and how it grows? See? Just like this. See, so that way you understand that. You understand a little bit more about how to work with it and why you want to really watch the hairline here. A sliding dovetail. See, if men would study engineering and natural laws, the natural laws of structures and how they're put together, instead of just trying to keep proving that their error is correct, then they would understand this foot a lot more. Okay, I hope that kind of helped you understand your hoof wall a little more and what's going on.